Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is Monday, September 2nd. We're going to be looking at a couple more games for the MLB slate on Monday afternoon on Labor Day. We're going to start with a matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Mets. Then the best play of the day is going to be a match between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. 4 total player props for the Monday slate, with the 2 best player props being toward the end of the video. Hope everybody enjoys their Monday, and let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's get into this graphic from Sunday night. Padres, best bet of the day. They tried to blow it. Up 3-0, 3-3. Then they scored one on the top of the fourth, or top of the ninth. 4-3 win there. Pete Alonso over 1.5 bases hitless against the White Sox. A lot of Mets were hitless today against the White Sox. Only a 2-0 advantage for them in that win. Then Miles McCullough, he did what he does. Over 2.5 runs against the Yankees. Had a few errors in the game. I think he gave up a total of 6 runs, but only 3 of them were earned going up against the Yankees. So that one did cash. 2-1 on the best bets. 1-2 on the graphic plays. Cubs money line. They keep doing it, man. 14 runs against the Nats. Something's in the water. James Wood, only a single, and Manny Machado, only a single as well. Here's the leaderboard. 2-1 day on the best bet, 61-45 since the All-Star break. Let's get the sweep today. For the first play of the day, it's going to be the Mets going up against the Red Sox. The Mets didn't look great yesterday going up against the White Sox, but they got the job done. They only put up 2 runs. The starting pitching in the bullpen, though, they were really good. Shut out the White Sox. I think this team has been playing a lot better over the last couple weeks, and that's why I'm going to take them in this game to win this one on the money line going up against Boston. I also like the pitching matchup we have in this game. And the Boston Red Sox, they have not been very good over the last 2 or 3 weeks stringing together some runs. We are going to start with the Boston pitching. Brian Bello is going to be back on the mound for them. He's been up and down this season, coming in with a 4.66 ERA. The majority of his starts this season, we have seen him give up 3+ runs, and I think that's what we're going to see in this game as well, because the Mets have been really good over the last couple games. Looking at the numbers, he has given up 3+ runs in 6 of the last 10 games, but he's coming off a really good start going up against the Blue Jays, going 8 innings, only giving up 2 hits in that one. While he is coming off of that good start, I still think the Mets will be able to put up runs on him. For the Mets, they're going to go to Luis Severino, and he's coming off a horrible start going up against the Diamondbacks. I can't really dock him too much for that start because the D-backs this season, they've been the best team in baseball hitting, and they were really good in that last game, having 8 hits against him, 4 runs allowed. One positive thing that we saw in that game out of him, though, is he had 9 strikeouts in under 5 innings of work. So he was able to set a lot of people down. He just couldn't get out of the innings, giving up a lot of runs. He is coming in with some pretty good numbers, 3.96 ERA, 1.26 whip. And with the way the Red Sox, again, have been hitting recently, I can't take them in this game. I'm going to take the Mets here to get the job done. Mets on the money line as the play. For the player prop on the screen, we're going to go with Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases going up at Luis Severino in the Mets. I was thinking about taking a Mets player, but let's just take the best hitter on the field, Rafael Devers over 1.5. Luis Severino has been giving up a lot of hits over the last few games, giving up 6+ hits in 6 of the last 10 games. And while he's been pretty good at limiting the runs, he is giving up a lot of hits. The numbers for Devers this season, they've been really good. He's coming in with a 284 batting average and getting a matchup going up against a right-handed pitcher. That's what we're looking for. 24 home runs, 23 doubles with a total of 49 extra base hits on the year. He's hitting .311 against the right side. Love the play here for him over 1.5 there. For the best play of the day, we're going to be looking at the Chicago Cubs going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates on the mound. We got a couple studs. Jared Jones of the Pirates going up against Justin Steele for the Cubs. The over-under this game, 7.5 runs. I will not take the under in this game. I think it is way off. I think that the Cubs alone can score 8 runs because what have we seen over the last 2 weeks that tells you that they're not going to score 8 runs in this game? The Chicago Cubs have been the best hitting team in baseball and scoring the most runs per game in baseball over the last 2 weeks. What is happening with this franchise, I have no explanation for, except I guess whenever you're feeling yourself as a squad, whenever hits start piling up for everybody, things just happen. They're just the hottest team in baseball right now. I'm taking the over in this game. 7.5 runs is that plus money. There is no way that this should be 7.5, even with the 2 good arms we have on the mound. This line almost makes you think that the Sharps play the under here. They're going to look at this thing and say, oh, the Cubs have scored 8+ runs in 25 consecutive games or whatever it is. We're going to take the under and be sharp here, and I'm just going to turn the old brain off completely and just look at the last games, use my eyes. The Cubs, they've been so good recently. We have Jared Jones on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's been decent on the season, 3.88 ERA, but guess what? He's coming off a game against the Chicago Cubs where he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. He has now given up 5+ runs in 2 of the last 4 games, and he's been known to have that tendency to have these blow-up games. On the other side, it's going to be Justin Steele, and he gave up 2 runs to the Pittsburgh Pirates the last time these 2 teams met with 6 hits allowed. Probably should have gave up a little bit more damage. He's coming in with some good numbers as well. 3.09 ERA, 1.09 whip, and both of these guys are very familiar with each other. I just don't understand how the book has this at 7.5. The Cubs have scored double-digit runs every other game for the last 2 weeks. I'm taking the over in this one. Maybe I'm the fool, but this is plus money right now. We got to take it. Over 7.5 as the play there. For the player prop on the screen, you can forget about Brian Reynolds because I'm going to change the play here. I'm going to take Ian Happ over 1.5 bases. Ian Happ, the second half of the season, has been incredible for the Cubs. He is a switch hitter. He's the leadoff hitter, and I feel like every single time over the last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been on base at the leadoff spot. He's coming in with a 243 batting average, but against the right side this season, we have seen a ton of power, 28 doubles, 16 home runs. He has a total of 45 extra base hits going up against the right side. He's been an absolute unit at the plate over the last couple games as well, collecting a total of 13 hits over the last 7. I'm taking him here to stay hot, over 1.5 bases as the play. For the best batting prop of the day, we're going to be looking at the Cleveland Guardians going up against the Kansas City Royals. I'm taking the captain, Salvador Perez, to go over 1.5 base against Gavin Williams. This is going to be a really good match for Salvador Perez and the Kansas City Royals. They need this game desperately. They've now fallen 3 games, I believe, behind the Guardians, and they need to win this series. I think Salvador Perez is going to have himself a home run in this game because look at the numbers for Gavin Williams. He has given up at least 1 home run in 3 consecutive games. He's coming in with a 5 flat ERA, 1.41 whip, and over the last several games, he's been just consistently poor for the Guardians. He has given up 2+ runs in 6 of the last 8 games that we've seen him in, and he's also given up 6+ hits in 4 of the last 7 games. He's coming in as a right-handed pitcher, and Salvador Perez in the season, he's been crushing righties. 39 extra base hits, 269 batting average. The best pitch that he's been hitting all season long has been the fastball, 288 batting average. We should see that at least 50% of the time in this game. This is going to be a home game for the Royals, and I'm expecting a little bit extra pop in the bat for the captain here at home. Over 1.5 bases as the play there. For the pitching prop tonight, we're going to be looking at the Baltimore Orioles going up against the White Sox. Give me Corbin Burnes, under 2.5 runs. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter breakdown because everybody knows Corbin Burnes is a really good pitcher. He's been one of the most consistent arms in baseball over the last 4 or 5 seasons, but over the last stretch of a month or so, he's been getting beaten up. He has now given up 6+ runs in 3 consecutive games, but going up against the Dodgers, he only gave up 1 earned run because the O's were so poor in the field. He did give up a total of 23 hits over the last 3 games and a total of 14 earned runs over the last 3 games against the Dodgers, Astros, and Red Sox. That has hurt his overall numbers on the season, now coming in with a 3.23 ERA and a 1.13 whip. But those are still some pretty good numbers on the year. This is going to be his bounce-back start. He's had a couple really tough matchups over the last 3 or 4 games, but this is the first poor quality team he's going to be facing. This is a matchup going up against the White Sox, the worst team in baseball. They are only hitting right-handed pitching 218 in the season. They have a total of 8 players that have a negative run value going up against the cutter. That's his best pitch. And to make matters worse for the White Sox, they can't hit off speed either. This is the worst team in baseball by a wide margin. This is the bounce back spot. Corbin Burnes to shut them down. Under 2.5 runs, played at under 1.5 runs if it comes out at 1.5. Let's go over to the home run parlay and the ladder challenge. Let's start with the home run parlay here. Did not hit yesterday. Pete Alonso, Aaron Judge, nothing on the board there. For the home run player today, though, we're going to take the captain, Salvador Perez. I think he's going to have an extra pop in that bag against Gavin Williams at home. I already talked about that. For the other play today, we're looking at Anthony Santander, the Orioles, going up against Chicago White Sox and Chris Flexen. I shouldn't have to go deeper than that, but I will. Chris Flexen, he's coming in this game with a 5.29 ERA, 1.51 whip, giving up 19 home runs in the season. Anthony Santander over the last couple of games has been really good at the plate. He's collected 2+ hits in 3 of the last 4 games, and he's added a home run in one of those games as well. He has now hit 28 home runs against right-handed pitching, make it 29 after the play today. For the ladder, we did hit day number 1. Good for us. Finally, we did cash it. Isaac Paredes going with Jose Ramirez yesterday. We now have $22 in the old bank account for day number 2. We're going to put it on Bobby Witt Jr., the Royals, going up against Gavin Williams. Bobby Witt Jr. is one of the best players in baseball going up against right-handed pitching, might be the best player in baseball going up against right-handed pitching. For the other play, it's going to be Francisco Lindor of the Mets going up against Brian Bayo and the Boston Red Sox. If you've been watching Brian for a long time like I have, you know he tends to give up way too many hits whenever he's on the mound. He has given up 5+ hits and 7 in the last 10 games. Francisco Lindor is coming off a couple home runs over the last 3 days. I don't need a home run in this game. I guess we don't need a home run in this game, but I think he's going to hit a home run in this game. I'm going to take him here to record at least 1 hit, over a 0.5 hits there as the play there. So a 2-man ladder. Yesterday, 2-man ladder was plus 122. So hopefully this one's around plus 100, plus 120 as well. So let's go take a look at the MLB recap. We're going to be taking the Mets here on the money line going against the Boston Red Sox. Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. We're going to take out Brian Reynolds, insert Ian Happ over 1.5 bases going up against the Pirates. Pirates and the Cubs over 7.5 runs. I think everything is telling us to take the under. The Cubs have been scoring so many runs recently. You got to take the over here, 7.5. Salvador Perez over 1.5 base against the Guardians. Then Corbin Burnes over 2.5 runs, under 2.5 runs, not over 2.5 runs, under 2.5 runs against the White Sox. Play that at under 1.5 if you have to there. Guys, it's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Monday, September 2nd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.